Thank you, Dan. Close to 100,000 inside the Camp Nou for the Catalan derby. This gigantic bowl-like stadium, which will soon be renovated to increase the capacity to 105,000. It's already around 2.5 times the size of Espanyol's Estadi Cornellà El Prat, located just 7 kilometres across the city. The press box here hangs like a skybox way above the pitch, giving you an almost bird's eye view of the hallowed turf down below. It's the sort of view Barca have been able to take over their closest rivals for the vast majority of the club's 117-year existence. Espanyol overshadowed in every single way. Major European trophies 12-0, La Liga titles 24-0, Copa del Rey's 28-4. But this season is about as good as it's got for a long time for the Blanquiazules. 9 league games unbeaten and up to 9th in La Liga for Espanyol. They're just 6 points off the European places with this game in hand. Make no mistake about it, they're not here tonight just to make up the numbers. Reece Weston alongside me, and as the players line up in the tunnel, Reece, what will they be feeling and thinking as they get ready to walk out into this phenomenal stadium?
Contrasting emotions, I would suggest. I think for the Barcelona team, quietly confident. You know that if you turn up and play to the best of your ability, you're going to win this game. For Espanyol, it's very much a case of focus. Think about what you've worked on the training ground throughout the course of the week. Make sure you do your individual jobs within the team structure to the best of your ability and hope that Barcelona have an off night. Listen, I've never had the fortune of playing at the Camp Nou, but this is an unbelievable arena. Anyone who comes here for the first time was bound to be nervous, bound to be anxious. And when you're playing against your local rivals in a game of such passion and intensity, there's bound to be jangling nerves. But I think if you can keep your head, keep your focus, then you're going to enjoy it. And it's, well, what a magnificent occasion it will be.
And the two sets of players have walked out and lined up either side of halfway. The Espanyol players going down the line and shaking hands with the Barcelona players. We did have that incident not too long ago where Luis Suarez decided he didn't want to shake hands with one of the Espanyol players, Pau Lopez, who's no longer at the club. But it's been that kind of a derby, particularly in recent years, over the course of the last 9 years, since that Espanyol late draw here that robbed Barcelona of the title and sent it to the capital, to Real Madrid. The two teams will take up their positions either side of halfway now, and we're just a couple of moments away from kick-off. I'll give you a refresh of the two teams. For Barcelona, it's Ter Stegen, the goalkeeper. The back four, Roberto, Mascherano, Piqué and Alba. The midfield, Suarez, Busquets and Iniesta. The front three, Messi, Suarez and Neymar. For Espanyol, Diego Lopez, the goalkeeper. The back four, Javi Lopez, David Lopez, Reyes and Aron. The midfield, Gerardo, Fuego, Diop and Piatti. And the front two, Caicedo, formerly of course of Manchester City, and Gerard Moreno. Espanyol in the blue and white stripes, white shorts, and Barcelona of course in the familiar blue and burgundy. And the two sets of players very jovial like at the moment, all intermingling and lining up for a pre-match photograph, but there'll certainly be no love lost once they take to the pitch.
Absolutely not. As derby games go, this is right up there. Packed Camp Nou, hostile atmosphere, and Barcelona desperately trying to hang on to the coattails of Real Madrid. And Espanyol, 6 points outside the European space, is a great opportunity for them to put down a marker tonight as well. I'm really looking forward to this one, I have to say.
It's been a really crazy La Liga season so far. Alaves, I mentioned a little earlier, have caused a few shocks along the way. You've got Eibar all the way up in 7th. Atletico Madrid have fallen to 6th place. And Espanyol, who started the season terribly, now all the way up in sight of the European places. They're actually just a few points further back of the top 4 as well. I think 7 points off the top 4 and 6 points off the top 6. So it's been that kind of a season. We've had shock after shock, and we've had one or two on this ground already. Are we going to have another here tonight? And look at the recent past history between these two teams, and to a certain extent you feel you just have to disregard it a little for this one because of the difference of the two teams in form this season. Espanyol will feel they have a chance here tonight. We are underway. Barcelona on the ball, have it at the back with Gerard Piqué attacking the goal. Across to our right, they pass it across the back line all the way to the far side to the left back Jordi Alba, and then back to Javier Mascherano. And as Barcelona always do, they'll try and build it from the back, and it's not really a high octane start to the derby. It's being played at walking pace. Barcelona will try and dictate the pace tonight, and they will really want to make Espanyol work off the ball.
Absolutely, and they're just content, Barcelona, to keep possession. But I can see exactly what they'll be thinking. They'll be thinking Espanyol will be so pumped up. All it would take for them to lose their discipline and come out of their shape. And all of a sudden you've got Messi, Suarez and Neymar getting on the half turn and getting your back four. So it's a case of Espanyol being patient when they're not in possession and trying to catch Barcelona on the counter-attack as soon as they can.
First little touch for Lionel Messi, moving the ball back to Sergi Roberto, and played down the line now all the way towards Luis Suarez. Will chase this one towards the byline. He tries to catch up with it and force a corner, but it's good defending as Espanyol win the goal kick. And the first chance for Messi and Suarez to get on the ball. Suarez putting the pressure on Diego Reyes, but he stood up tall to the defensive task.
I've been impressed with the two centre-backs from Espanyol, actually, David Lopez and Diego Reyes. Young guys, but last time I saw them play, they played against Atletico. They kept Antoine Griezmann very, very quiet. They're very adept, athletic, strong, but I'm sure they won't have had many sterner tests than what they're going to get tonight.
Diego Reyes involved there, just 24, on loan from Porto for the season after 26 La Liga starts, on loan at Villarreal last season. And they really have formed a very strong back line that will be tested to the limits tonight. And the first chance now for Espanyol, a couple of minutes in to get on the ball. And they look to advance it over on the far side, chip down the right channel, and it's one in the air by Jordi Alba. Barca have it back over on that far side. Alba looking to turn back towards his goalkeeper Ter Stegen, and he's under pressure straight away from Caicedo. Has to clear away from the byline up towards Iniesta. There might be a chance if Iniesta can turn and find a teammate to break away, but the pressure remains high and constant from Espanyol, and they give away the free kick.
It never ceases to amaze me how comfortable Ter Stegen is in possession. The amount of times he gets back passes fired at him with defenders bearing down on him, and he'll casually take a touch, drop his shoulder and zing a nice 30-40 yard pass into the feet of one of his fullbacks. It's incredible. I'd be terrified receiving some of the balls he gets given.
There goes Sergi Roberto racing onto a long ball down the line on this near side, skips away from the defender. Roberto into the penalty area, trying to pull it back. It was towards Suarez, steered away in front of him from the edge of the D, but Barca for the first time have got the Espanyol team pressed back into their own half. It's a poor touch though to give the ball away after the forward pass from Iniesta, and Espanyol let off the hook there. They're able to get back on it and should be able to clear from their left back position with the teenager Aaron Martin, who goes back to Reyes and then back to the goalkeeper Diego Lopez, who clears up towards halfway. Forward by Mascherano. Iniesta able to win the flick, gets it back. Might be a chance now over on the far side for Suarez if he can skip into the penalty area. It was a really good challenge, sliding down in the 18-yard box to nick the ball off the toes of Luis Suarez. The first just glimmer of goal for one of the front three for Barcelona.
Great opportunity there, and for once Neymar gets the weight of his pass just slightly off. I think the ball's slightly wider and Luis Suarez was through on goal. We have to say David Lopez recovered really, really well, used his athleticism to get back and slow the danger away, but an opportunity went begging there. Neymar getting turned, but couldn't quite find his strike partner Luis Suarez.
Piqué has the ball at the back for Barca again. He goes square to Mascherano. Iniesta able to move it on first time and quickly. It was a nice idea across towards Neymar, but it just carried a little bit too quickly off the turf and goes out into touch for an Espanyol throw-in. We're just seeing that challenge again from David Lopez on Luis Suarez. Very alive and alert to the situation. It looked like Suarez had a gap to exploit in the penalty area. Here come Espanyol now. They have the ball on the near side of the field and look to get it in through Gerardo to the far side of the penalty area. First real chance to attack, the curving cross. They had Caicedo There's a big target man in the centre, a couple more bodies arriving as well, and Gerard Moreno is claiming that there was a touch along the way on that cross, but it's not being given, and Barcelona back in possession.
He's got such a languid style, Gerard Moreno, hasn't he? He glides over the ground. He's not particularly quick, but he's got great technique, great balance. He loves to come inside his favoured left foot. Just opened up a half a yard for himself there. It was a cross-come shot, but didn't really test Ter Stegen, who was claiming a corner from a deflection, but nothing given. But again, good break from Espanyol. They're biding their time. They are keeping their shape defensively, and on that transition, they're looking to break at pace.
There they are with Aaron. He's been able to skip away from two Barca players and almost stabbed it through towards Caicedo. He got away from Denis Suarez and Sergio Busquets with one lovely piece of trickery. Espanyol are looking confident early on. Solid defensively so far and fairly comfortable on the ball when they've had it, as it's moved across by Javi Fuego. And David Lopez steps out of the defence to deliver a more direct ball across towards the far side. It's kept in play first time and then just crossed the line as Javi Lopez looked to burst forward from right back, so Barca get the throw in.
Whenever I watch Barcelona, as pretty on their eyes they are going forward, they're always looking fallible defensively. And I think against Sanchez Flores, he knows how Barcelona function. He would have drilled his team. As soon as you win that ball, look forward, because Jordi Alba bombs forward, Sergio Roberto bombs forward.
Speaking of bombing forward, what a ball from Iniesta, and Suarez skips away across to Neymar on the far side. Messi arriving near side, huge chance for Barcelona and for Lionel Messi of all people, but he side foots it from about 10 yards out, arriving at the back post into the side netting. A huge chance that goes begging.
What an opportunity, but what a break. An eye-the-needle pass by Iniesta sets Neymar away down the left-hand side, and Neymar unselfishly fizzes the ball across the 6-yard box to Messi, arriving at the far post. He can't quite guide his shot the right side of the post, but great break. Look how quickly they get forward. Neymar won that ball back in the left-back position. What an opportunity for Messi. Alarm bells ringing for Espanyol.
Messi, Neymar and Suarez all involved. MSN with a 3-on-2 fast break against Espanyol and unable to make it count. A real let off the hook, and here comes Caicedo at the other end. Piqué steps across, tries to play it back to Stegen. That's crazy defending in the true Barcelona style of trying to keep possession, but boy, you're taking a risk there.
That was an interesting decision by Gerard Piqué. I mean, he's got Caicedo bearing down on him, and he bobbles one back to Ter Stegen from all of 3 yards away, and Ter Stegen just spoons the ball away from a corner.
Espanyol take it short in towards the near post. Back across to the far side it goes, hung in from a deep position, but too close to Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, who can catch the ball and take a huge sigh of relief.
We're saying there before the Barcelona break, the way the Jordi Alba and Sergio Roberto attack, they're not worried about defending, so when Espanyol do win that ball back, there's so much space in behind and to the side, to the two Barcelona centre-backs. And Javier Mascherano, for all of his athleticism, he's not a centre-back, he never has been. He's done a job for Barcelona, but you can get at him as well. And I think that's what Espanyol's game plan will have to be, utilise that space down the side of the centre-backs when they get an opportunity.
There's Gerard Piqué just stepping over halfway, moving it to Denis Suarez on the near side, the young Barcelona Academy product, wearing the number 6 in the midfield today. Back in after missing the last 3 games. There's Busquets, tried to move it onto the far side, but the whistle goes early because Iniesta was caught. And the referee might have thought about playing the advantage there, but he just wants to make sure that tempers don't fray early on in the derby. And there's another free kick going to be given straight away, and a yellow card as Neymar gets his heels clipped.
Was it Piatti, the offender, twice in a matter of 6 seconds there, was it? He was warned no more, and then instantly snaps at the heels of Neymar and gets a yellow card for his trouble. Bit harsh perhaps, but the referee's let down a marker now.
There was just a little clip of the heels, not really any contact that could have injured Neymar. You just like to see that some of those challenges are let go by the referee in a derby match, but that's more the English way rather than the Spanish way, I suppose. There's Gerard Piqué at the back, very comfortable on the ball, edging his way forward into the Espanyol half. Back it goes to Denis Suarez, who'd moved behind him. Suarez, the other Suarez, Luis Suarez, linking the play as part of a triangle with Denis Suarez and Gerard Piqué, but they've moved it all the way back now to the goalkeeper, Ter Stegen, and they'll start from square one. We've played 10 minutes here on La Liga Live in the Catalan derby. Barcelona 0, Espanyol 0, still the score. Iniesta looking forward now. A chance to turn and run maybe for Neymar, blocked by the double team, forced over to the far side. Getting forward from left back is Jordi Alba, but robbed of the ball. And Espanyol have done a good job so far whenever Barcelona players have got the ball in dangerous positions to close them down with a second defender. And now they have a chance to come on the attack with the informed man Pablo Piatti. Laid off by Caicedo towards Diop, who's been able to move it on to Gerardo on this left flank now, attacking the near edge of the penalty area, trying to get past Denis Suarez, who was able to get his foot in, and Espanyol win the corner.
Yeah, good play from Espanyol. We saw there what we spoke about a couple of minutes ago. Barcelona losing possession in the right back area. Jordi Alba's bombed on the first ball down the channel, down the side of Mascherano, who hates going into that left back position. Good play from Piatti coming inside, and they work the ball to the opposite flank to Gerardo. Bit of trickery, but Denis Suarez stands his ground, but good break from Espanyol on a corner for their efforts.
So 2 corners in the game, both of them for the visiting team here at the Camp Nou. That's Piatti's outswinger, left-footed, headed away in front of the penalty spot by Gerard Piqué across to the far side. Javi Fuego trying to trick his way past Neymar, able to move it on. Lovely back heel from the centre-back David Lopez. Crossing opportunity, far side of the penalty area, headed away. Good pressure from Espanyol, sustained pressure for a couple of minutes really for the first time in the game, but Messi's back on the edge of his own penalty area defending and trying to dribble the ball away, then passes out to Denis Suarez, who can't control on the near touchline, and it's ricocheted to Piatti, although his ball across the edge of the penalty area was intercepted. Now there's more space over on the far side of the field for Barcelona to try and attack. Andres Iniesta with a delightful touch and then almost replicated that quality with the through ball, and had to try and thread it through about 3 Espanyol defenders. It was just picked off, and the away team have the ball back on the far side.
That's magnificent control from Andres Iniesta. The ball's got pinged out to him by Gerard Piqué. It's over his right shoulder. Instead of letting it bounce, he reaches up with the outside of his right foot, kills it dead, and almost threads the ball through the eye of the needle for Luis Suarez.
Well, there's another foul and another yellow card. Lionel Messi getting away in the centre circle, and he was tripped straight away. These are not malicious challenges by any stretch of the imagination, but now the 19-year-old Aaron Martin, who's in the defensive line for Espanyol today, playing against MSN at the Camp Nou, has to walk the disciplinary tightrope for about 80 minutes.
I mean, you talk about players keeping their head and their emotions in check in derby games. The referee has to do the same. He has a responsibility and a duty to officiate this game properly. And he's just getting a little bit carried away here. A couple of nothing challenges really have produced 2 yellow cards for Espanyol, and no blood's been drawn. There's no malicious tackles gone in as of yet, but 2 players walking a tightrope now for the remaining 78 minutes.
You want to see just a little bit more leniency in a derby, and the referee has been about as stern as you can get so far. Iniesta with a lovely ball over to the far side of the penalty area, although Jordi Alba, breaking forward from left back as he so often does, had raced into an offside position.
He just went a bit early, didn't he? He's looking right across the line, but you have to say, looking at that run on the monitor, it's very close, but I think the ball would have skipped out of play anyway. But he does that time and time again, Jordi Alba. He's ever willing to get forward, desperately trying to get in behind his opposite number. There's such a great attacking threat for Barcelona.
The ball forward, in fact, was from Javier Mascherano, who is back into the defensive line today in place of Umtiti. He missed the game last week, but he had started the previous 7 in La Liga. Given away from the far side, back to Espanyol with Diop looking to run now through the centre circle, challenged by Mascherano, and the throw-in on the far side will go Barca's way.
Sloppy from Luis Suarez there. He had all the time in the world. 4 Barcelona players around him and rolls the ball straight to the feet of Javi Fuego. Not his finest moment.
Neymar in towards Suarez, who had it taken off his toes straight away. As soon as he received the ball, there was a couple of Espanyol players in front of him. Long ball forward for the away team. Messi racing back. He keeps dropping deeper to try and get on the ball, and here he is racing through the centre circle, looking to run at Diop. Moves it on to Suarez. Straight away, Luis Suarez challenged again. A sliding challenge this time, dispossessing the Uruguayan. And that's the kind of disciplined, determined defensive approach we've seen so far from Espanyol.
It's great play. It's not getting too tight, it's biding your time, and as soon as Luis Suarez had a heavy touch, Diego Reyes was right around the side of him, getting a toe in. Really assertive defending there. You know, time and time again you see players get pinned, get rolled by Luis Suarez, but not then. He kept arm's length, wait for the first touch, and as soon as he saw it was a poor touch, pounced and won the ball back for his team. Great defensive work.
David Lopez with the forward ball out from the back across to the far side. Jordi Alba has to hook it away, but it only falls as far as Gerard Moreno, and he's passed it back to Javi Fuego on halfway, edging into the centre circle, and he swiftly moves it across towards the near touchline, taken down on the chest of Jose Gerardo. Gerardo cutting infield, plays it into the feet of Caicedo, who holds it up well on the edge of the D, moves it back towards Aaron Martin on this side. It's a good cross from the left back, and it was hung nicely towards the far side of the penalty area, attacked by Gerard Moreno, but he couldn't get any real power or direction on the header, and it flies wide of the target.
It's a good play though again from Espanyol, and what they do have, they have the height advantage over the back four of Barcelona. Caicedo's a big unit. Gerard Moreno, albeit he's tall and rangy, he can still get up and head the ball. We saw there, good interplay, good ball in from Aaron on the left hand side, and Gerard Moreno just timed his run off the back of Jordi Alba, couldn't divert his header on target.
Espanyol have scored just one goal in the last 5 Catalan derbies. That came in a 4-1 cup defeat here in January. They've scored in just 2 of the last 11 meetings. Barcelona outscoring them 30-2 in that run. There's not been a great deal of joy in this fixture recently for Espanyol fans, and there might not be much joy for them in a moment, because Barca have the ball on this near flank with Denis Suarez attacking the goal across to our right. Back it goes towards Lionel Messi, and straight away he was stripped of the ball again, this time by Gerard Moreno, who tries to get them going on the counter-attack over on the far side with Piaté. He's drifted across to the right flank. Square ball towards Gerard Moreno, but he just sold his teammate a little short, invited the challenge from Javier Mascherano, and there's a long ball forward. Luis Suarez in behind, big chance for Barca, and he takes it out of the blue. Barca in front, and it's that man Luis Suarez who scores for the 3rd straight league game in a row, his 14th of the season, as he slides it low past Diego Lopez. It's the home team who inflict the first cut in Catalonia. Barca draw blood. Barcelona 1, Espanyol 0.
Devastatingly clinical. Pablo Piatti's got his head in his hands. He had great possession in the Barcelona final third. Plays a horrible square pass with this cut out by Andres Iniesta, who turns and hits a majestic 70-yard ball, and Luis Suarez's first touch is instant, it's sublime. He gets his body in between man and ball, keeps his composure and slots that into the far left-hand corner past the despairing Diego Lopez. An amazing bit of skill for Luis Suarez, and the way he took that ball with the outside of his left foot, used his body to shield it from the defender, and then rolled the ball calmly into the bottom corner. What a fantastic goal. But Espanyol shoot themselves in the foot. What an opportunity they had in the build up to that goal, and they gave the ball away so cheaply and paid the ultimate price.
Such a disciplined defensive start for Espanyol, all undone with about 6 seconds of pure genius from Barcelona, from one end of the field to the other. The raking ball, the control, the running behind, and the finish from Luis Suarez. Clinical, devastating, not quite typical of Barcelona, because we expect the short passing game. That was long ball football at its best.
Well, that's what Luis Suarez does. He's got that in his locker, hasn't he? He's got the willingness and desire to run behind players. And you know, the whole gameplay of Espanyol has to change now. They've gone out, they've set themselves up to be disciplined, to defend from their shape, and now all of a sudden the whole dynamic's got to change. They've got to think, how are they going to get at Barcelona more now? At 0-0, they can bide their time. At 1-0, you know they're going to have to come out and go at Barcelona. That's going to leave so many holes in behind, and they've got the quality and the skills to exploit that.
Another direct ball for Barca over on the far side, and it's a chance to attack from the left flank for them, but Espanyol getting in a challenge, able to win it back. Almost given away to Denis Suarez, recovered though by Gerardo, and they move it across towards this near side Espanyol. What will the response be like from the team that their fans call the mesmerising, magical minority in Barcelona? And they need to show something special. They trail their hosts by a 0-0 with 20 minutes played here on La Liga Live.
You know, that whole incident came once again though. Espanyol won the ball back in their right back position. Jordi Alba had gone beyond the front three. There was a gaping hole in behind where Jordi Alba had come out of, and barring a sloppy pass from Pablo Piatti, they had a real opportunity to get 2v2 against Piqué and Mascherano. Instead, Iniesta pops up and plays a worldie.
That's a lovely flick across to the far side to Gerard Moreno. A chance to attack Javi Mascherano, who sticks to his challenge very well. Recovered by Gerard Moreno though. 35 yards from goal. Espanyol at the moment. More space on this near side of the field as they switch it to Aaron. Aaron going down the line to Gerardo. Gerardo looking to attack the near edge of the penalty area, faced by two Barca players, trying to figure out a route to get the ball into the box. It's gone a little bit static for them at the moment. 2-on-2 on this near side, and they're forced all the way back towards the centre circle. Back it goes to David Lopez. He plays it forward and looks for the 1-2, and he has to almost pinch the ball off the toes of David Lopez, who runs it out into touch in the end for a throw into Barca.
They haven't quite got that ability, Espanyol, to dictate the pace of the game. They've got good players, but they don't have an Iniesta in there that's going to pull strings and make the team tick. And you see they're trying to be a little bit too cute in possession, and Barcelona, as good as they are going forward, they've got the wiliness of Busquets in the middle of that defending midfield trio, and he's there just to break play up and nick things. And you see time and time again, he's so adept at reading the ball, intercepting passes and setting Barcelona on their counter-attack.
There's Messi, who's dropped deep onto the halfway line. That's a 40-yard left-footed ball across field to Neymar. He was challenged really sternly in the end by Javi Lopez. That's going to be a Barcelona throw about level with the edge of the 18-yard box. Back to Iniesta. He moves it to Gerard Piqué, who's always willing to step over halfway, and passes the ball out to Sergio Roberto, forward from right back here on this near side, approaching the midway point of the first half of the Camp Nou in the Catalan derby. Barcelona 1, Espanyol 0. Layoff from Neymar, who gets it back from Iniesta in towards the feet of Messi, but a sliding intervention from Pape Diop. And Espanyol clear their lines, but all they can do is launch a long ball back towards the Barcelona defender Gerard Piqué, and the home team will start to build again.
Yeah, Barcelona looking ominous now, aren't they? They've got their goal, they've got noses in front, and there's no better team than protecting a lead and increasing their lead, because they know that the opposition are going to have to come out and try and attack them, and that is going to leave the opportunity for their creative players to wreak havoc. And you can see Espanyol, they're not quite sure how to go about this now. They had a game plan, it's gone out the window after 20 minutes, and they've got to have a little rethink and a reshuffle to see how they can break down this Barcelona side. Iniesta
to Denis Suarez. Moves it across towards Sergio Roberto, just moving in off this near touchline. Messi again dropping deep, and actually deeper than the midfield, to try and spray a ball forward. Neymar was looking to get in over on the far side of the penalty area. Cushion volley pass towards Luis Suarez, who's pushed in the back, and Barcelona have a free kick about 25 yards out and very central.
Suarez, I think he may have got a little bump in the back from Diego Reyes. Nothing really in it, but Suarez goes down quite easily. But what it has done is given Barcelona an attacking free kick, pretty central, about 25 yards from goal. And a certain number 10, I'm pretty sure, will be pushing all comers aside, trying to take this by the name of Lionel Messi.
I'm just seeing on the monitor in front of us the replay of the Barcelona goal. The pass from Iniesta, 70-odd yards from one penalty area to the edge of the other. The touch from Luis Suarez with the outside of his left boot to knock it out in front of him. The strength to hold off the defender, and the sliding finish low past the outcoming Espanyol keeper Diego Lopez, who spread his legs to the side but couldn't keep it out. And now a chance for Barca to try and double their advantage. The free kick, which has Lionel Messi and Neymar stood over it. It's slightly better suited for a right footer, but Messi more than capable in this position. Just a little left of centre, about 5 yards off the edge of the D. It is Messi, it's straight into the wall though, and Espanyol able to clear it away. Not one of Lionel Messi's best.
He just tried to get it up and down. The wall did its job, held its ground, stood fast. I think Neymar was probably favoured to take that, given the proximity to the goal, the angle just like to the left of centre into the box. would have been probably better suited to Neymar, but you try to tell Lionel Messi that you want to take over and above him. I'm pretty sure there's no conversation to be had if Lionel says, I want to take this.
Barcelona in Argentina's record scorer and the all-time leader in goals and assists in La Liga. Lionel Messi has scored just 50 goals for Barca in 2016 so far.
Slacking, isn't he?
This season, it's another impressive record, 22 in 19 in all competitions after 41 in 49 last season. Of course, he's lost out in the battle for the Ballon d'Or to his old nemesis Cristiano Ronaldo. He'll be wanting that back next year. Here he is on the edge of the penalty area, trying to edge his way inside the box, and Espanyol know exactly what he can do. Had about 4 players around him. Barca still have the ball and they chip it over the top looking for Luis Suarez this time. It's headed away off the edge of the D. And Espanyol should be able to clear from the left-back position, but it's a really tame clearance. I think Gerardo was trying to pass it to a teammate, just gave it straight to Denis Suarez. And he finds Iniesta, and Barcelona moving across to the far side of the field. And everybody in those blue and white striped tops press back now inside their own half.
They just can't get out at the moment. It's relentless from Barcelona. Every time Espanyol win the ball back, it's falling to a Barca shirt, and they just wave after wave of attack.
Sergio Roberto's low cross in from the near side. Luis Suarez tried to dummy it and just let it roll underneath his body towards Lionel Messi, but Espanyol had bodies back there to deal with the danger and clear it away. Caicedo just turned into trouble in his own half, and there's a thumping challenge from Luis Suarez to help move it back over to this near side and keep Barcelona in possession. Now it is typical Barcelona, those short passes, those intricate shapes, triangles, little movements, moving it around, getting the defence moving and trying to find a gap. There's a more ambitious ball in towards Sergio Roberto, the right back for Barcelona, who escaped into the penalty area. It was just a little beyond him and behind for a goal kick.
What a pass that was from Neymar. I mean, Barcelona kept the ball, they switched the play from right to left, and Neymar breezing inside on his right foot. He sees the run with Sergio Roberto, and but for the defender just putting him off, and he kept on with his run, he would have got on the end of that. A great bit of skill, great bit of vision from Neymar, but the signs are looking pretty ominous at the moment for Espanyol. They just cannot get hold of the ball, they cannot get out of their own half.
They do have a chance to break into the Barca half here, and I think handball has been given, which just gives Espanyol an opportunity to catch their breaths a little, because they've got a free kick about 30 yards from goal and in a central position again. It's the first time they've really been in the Barcelona half for about 10 minutes.
I mean, he's given it for foot up there. Jordi Alba coming inside, challenging Pablo Piatti, foot up. Referee's given an indirect free kick, probably about 15 yards outside the Barcelona box, just right of centre. Maybe a little bit too far out for a direct shot on goal, but an opportunity for the two big centre-backs to come up and cause some havoc.
Just Barcelona's second foul of the game as we approach the half-hour mark. Espanyol have committed 7 and received 2 yellow cards. It shows how hard they've been trying to battle with Barca. They're not going to get too many moments like this, you feel, to try and get themselves back level. And the free kick taken by Gerardo, chipped into the penalty area. It's over the top of everybody, and they have a player rolling around on the edge of the D. I'm not quite sure what happened there. It looked like he was meant to be the runner in behind. I think it might be David Lopez, but Barcelona are playing on. Neymar's on the far side of the penalty area at the other end, skips away from the challenge, pulls it back. Messi in the box, onto his left foot, drives it across the face of goal, and Diego Lopez threw himself down to his left-hand side at full stretch. He was really concerned that that was going to nestle into his bottom corner, but it whizzed past the post and wide of the target, and Espanyol now are going to continue their complaints because they still have a player down at the other end of the pitch.
I'm not entirely sure what happened. It looks like he caught a hand in the face from Sergio Busquets as that free kick was played in. David Lopez falls to the ground. Yeah, he does. He takes a finger in the eye from Sergio Busquets. That was very naughty from Busquets, and he could well get cited for that post-game. But Barcelona went on the counter-attack, a raking switch of the play once again to Neymar, skips away from Gerardo, tees up Messi with the ball slightly behind him, but he can't get his shot on target. But that, looking at that replay, I have to say Sergio Busquets is a very lucky boy. The referee's not seen that, but I think once they review this after the game, there could be some retrospective action for there, because that was pretty nasty.
Quique Sanchez Flores will want action now. Well, that's the problem. That was nasty, blatant and stupid from Sergio Busquets. Barca corner meanwhile taken by Neymar, headed away from the penalty spot, and Espanyol will clear their lines, but only as far as Neymar on this near side, although he can't reach the bouncing ball, and Espanyol get the throw-in. That should be a straight red card for Sergio Busquets, and it should have been another Espanyol free kick on the edge of the penalty area.
Yeah, without being too controversial, having a television match official that may well have been flagged instantly, a little word in the referee's ear, and all of a sudden the whole dynamic of the game changes once again. Barcelona would be down to 10 men, and Espanyol numerical advantage. The whole complexity of the game could have changed, but unfortunately for Espanyol, not seen. The game goes on, Busquets stays on. Very interesting to see what happens after the game, though. I mean, that was horrible.
Sergio Busquets has really gotten away with one. It was an idiotic move because, like you say, Reece, it could have cost his team dear. Would have completely changed the game. And there was no real need to do it. They were just defending a free kick. David Lopez was just trying to make a run into the box to get his head on the ball. And Sergio Busquets reached out the full length of his arm into the face of the Espanyol player and raked his eyes. It was as clear as day. And maybe just over the half-hour mark now, this Catalan derby will really start to explode into life. There'll be Espanyol players down there who know exactly what's happened, and they'll want a bit of payback.
Absolutely, and if anyone's got access to a monitor at half-time, it's not even contentious. That was blatantly malicious from Sergio Busquets. I can't quite understand why he's done that. I don't know if there's previous between him and David Lopez. I'm not too sure, but the reality is he's definitely got away with one there. But, you know, there's been no real malice in this game so far. A couple of tough tackles, no more, but that really not in Busquets' character, really. I've not really seen him do that before, I have to say. But for whatever reason, he's let himself down there.
And what could have made matters even worse is Messi almost scored at the other end just a few seconds later. And thankfully, for Espanyol's sake, that one doesn't go in. It would have been the last thing they deserved in that position. Here they are trying to break away on the far side with Gerard Moreno. He's challenged by Jordi Alba, and Barcelona get the throw-in.
Again, just to reiterate, the game has been played at a decent tempo, and Suarez is in again.
Suarez far side of the penalty area, trying to turn away from David Lopez, who stuck to him all the way and concedes the corner.
Again, Suarez peeling on the back of the shoulder. Iniesta with his rangefinder, dropping it on a sixpence into the path of Suarez, who this time tries to cut back inside onto his favoured right foot. The defender gets back. I think it is David Lopez once again who gets back and averts the danger, but that ball over the top's causing all sorts of problems for the Espanyol back four at the moment.
Luis Suarez is looking in lethal form as well. As the corner comes in, it's headed away by Javi Lopez out towards the near side to Suarez. Appeals for offside, but he remains on near side of the penalty area. Back to Denis Suarez, able to turn away from a couple of challenges and clings onto the ball, driving towards the corner flag now on the near side. He's closed down by Gerardo, and the decision again goes Barcelona's way. So the home team starting to build a bit of pressure again.
Yeah, they'll be looking to try and get another goal before the half-time interval to put a real dent in the confidence of Espanyol. 1-0, they're still in this game. Although the stats would suggest that Barcelona are getting stronger and stronger.
Here's Sergi Roberto getting in behind the game. Back to Messi, onto his left foot, cuts back onto his right, but he ran into trouble. It's not quite come together for Lionel Messi so far here today. And he only needs, like his teammate Luis Suarez, a moment though to make magic happen. Here's Mascherano at the back for Barcelona. We've played 34 minutes here on La Liga Live on TalkSport 2. Barcelona 1, Espanyol 0 still the score. Luis Suarez's goal inside of 20 minutes, but a hugely controversial moment just a few minutes ago. Sergio Busquets should have been given a straight red for raking the eyes of David Lopez. It wasn't spotted by the referee, so it remains 1-0 and it remains 11 versus 11. Here's Iniesta, almost on the centre spot, left-footed crossfield ball picked off before it could reach Messi. Here's Aaron, who's one of the two Espanyol players to receive a yellow card in the first half. Espanyol trying to keep hold of the ball, under pressure from Barcelona, but can only pass it back to the goalkeeper, Diego Lopez. And he'll play out from the back under pressure from Neymar. They need to string a few passes together, you feel. Barca working hard with Mascherano high up the field, though, to concede the throw-in.
He was, since Pep Guardiola's departure to Manchester, to Bayern Munich, down Manchester City, Barcelona have kept the ethos of pressing no matter where they are on the pitch. They're not content to sit back and let teams have possession. And it all starts by Suarez, pressing the centre-back. And then Iniesta pushing on to the midfielders and not giving the opposition any time to get touch and turn. Really is a joy to watch at times, Barcelona, when they're pressing in full flow, because they just win the ball back so early. And they talk about that word transition so often in modern day football. I don't think there's a better team in world football than Barcelona of going from defence to attack.
Espanyol throwing on the far side, halfway inside the Barca half, in towards Piatti. He has to go back into his own half though. 10 minutes to go until the break here. Espanyol are just getting on the ball a little bit more now, having spent a good 15 minutes pressed back inside their own half. And the play will go on here. In fact, the referee has blown his whistle. Gerardo had lost his boot. Not sure there was a foul or not, but his boot came off, and then he was saying, well, you've got to stop the game. Barca tried to play on, and then the referee put a stop to it.
I'm not sure that warrants an automatic stoppage of the game, is it? A shoe falling off? I mean, I don't know, is he given a free kick? It's going to be a drop ball. I'm not quite sure what he's done there, but either way, Barcelona would be a little bit miffed because they were on the counter-attack once again, but the play's been brought back.
I can only assume he must have given the free kick here. He has, but I don't think he was going to give it until the Espanyol player complained that his boot had come off. And the away team have it with Gerardo on this near touchline now. He looks to drift in field. Busquets is down off the ball for Barcelona. I didn't see what happened there. That's a nice ball from Diop to the far side of the penalty area, driven in on the volley. The first chance in a long time, the first real sight of goal in the game for Espanyol, and the volley's blazed over the top. But I just wonder what happened off the ball, off the edge of the centre circle, as Sergio Busquets, who was the player who should have been sent off for that irate, went down.
It was a tackle. It was Caicedo, who he's done it a couple of times this evening. He's had a heavy touch, and in trying to win the ball back, he's lunged. And he's done the same thing there. He has won the ball initially, but his follow through with his trailing leg has caught Sergio Busquets, and it looks like Busquets has had a little twist of the ankle there as he's gone down. A bit of unintentional retribution perhaps, because as you say, he's very fortunate to be on the pitch, but it's quite a nasty fall he's taken there. But in the aftermath of that incident, Espanyol created a great chance. The ball dinked across to the back post to Gerard Moreno, and takes a good touch and opts to shoot at goal, blazes it over the bar where he had numbers inside the Barcelona 18-yard box. Maybe the better option would have been to square it centrally. Caicedo carried on his run relatively unmarked, you have to say, and had Moreno looked up, he may have seen his teammate, but opted for the shot, didn't trouble ter Stegen. But a good counter-attack nonetheless from Espanyol.
Yeah, certainly much better from the away team. Gerard Moreno lashing over from about 18 yards out at a tight angle in the penalty area. And they won't get too many openings like that through the remainder of the game. Busquets is back and moving okay after twisting his ankle underneath the challenge of Felipe Caicedo. And Barca are back on the ball. Busquets will look to move it across towards this near side. Lionel Messi and Denis Suarez. Back it goes towards Messi again. Given away by Denis Suarez, and then out into touch on the near side for a throw-in as it's given straight back to Barca by Espanyol. A bit of a sloppy passage of play in the centre of the park. Denis Suarez has finally broken into the first team for Barca 3 years after first signing for the club from Manchester City. He spent last season at Villarreal, the previous season at Sevilla. I think it's a case of Luis Enrique trusting him or not to fill one of those midfield roles. They know that they've lost Xavi, that Andres Iniesta is ageing, although he's still world class at the age of 32, Iniesta, but it's difficult to replace those kind of players, isn't it? Those players that dictate the whole tempo of the team. To a lesser extent, we've sort of seen it in recent weeks at Manchester United with Michael Carrick coming back in.
They're irreplaceable. You can't look to try and find the new Xavi or the new Iniesta. They don't exist. What you've got to try and do is unearth a talent that can stand on their own 2 feet, and it's a huge ask. I mean, he's looked a little bit nervy, Denis Suarez, this evening. It's a huge occasion, of course it is, a Catalan derby. But you can't replace the likes of Xavi and Iniesta.
Neymar able to turn away from a challenge, racing towards the edge of the D, across to the near side to Denis Suarez. on this edge of the penalty area. Neymar went down. There were complaints from the fans at the Camp Nou, but the play goes on. Messi trying to thread a ball into the box. Arriving on the far side of the penalty area was Jordi Alba, all the way up from left back, and Espanyol able to turn it clear. And Gerard Moreno trying to run it clear has been challenged rather abruptly before he can get to halfway. Messi on towards Iniesta. Iniesta square. Suarez back to Messi. Brilliant play from Barcelona, but Messi just ran into a defensive wall just inside the penalty area and wasn't able to bundle the ball through. But the passing, the movement on the edge of the penalty area was so intricate, so special from Barcelona. And Espanyol once again have had to clear their lines up towards halfway.
It's mesmerising at times, the way they kind of seamlessly interact. The front three and Iniesta, just one-touch passing, give and go, continuing their runs, and they know telepathic where one another are going to be. And barring a little bit of a forced through ball at the end of that passage of play, it was wonderful to watch.
And Barca are going to have a free kick on the far touchline in a deep crossing position. Jordi Alba looks like he's been caught in the midriff. It may have been a bit of a high boot. It was from Javi Lopez. Actually looked like it caught the bottom of the foot of Jordi Alba, but he's rolled around holding his stomach.
I think there was a little bit of a follow through with the hand of Javi Lopez there. I think he may have caught him just below the midriff, we'll say. I won't be too specific. But yeah, looking at that passage of play for Barcelona, 4 or 5 one-touch passes, all at pace. It's great to watch. I think it was just sheer numbers defensively there from Espanyol that got them out of jail, because one more pass and they were through on goal.
And a free kick, a crossing position from over on the far touchline. It's going to be taken by Lionel Messi with that mercurial left foot of his. Swings it in towards the penalty spot, headed away. 30 yards from goal now. And it's picked up and across with Iniesta on the near side. Iniesta trying to dribble away. He's got away from one. Looks to play a quick 1-2 with Suarez in behind towards the byline, but he just couldn't control the ball as it came over the top. He tried to play it back across the face of goal. First time, didn't get his angles right, didn't get his touch right, and it goes behind. But again, it's lovely, intricate passing on the edge of the Espanyol penalty area.
Yeah, signature play by Iniesta, give and go. Once again, there's an old adage that Don Howe used to say that Dennis Bergkamp had studs like fingers, the way he used to manipulate the ball. And Iniesta is exactly the same. He rolls the ball with the sole of either foot, just gets himself half a yard and he's gone. He's so explosive off the mark. The first 2 or 3 yards, you saw it there. Give and go in Luis Suarez. Couldn't quite get his foot around the ball to get his shot on target. But I love watching Iniesta play. He makes the game look so easy. Even at his ripe old age as he is now, he's still running rings around these younger players.
There's absolutely no doubt he's going to go down as one of the greatest players of all time. I know that we often talk about goal scorers in that regard, but in terms of midfield players, there's nobody better really than Andres Iniesta. Now there's a hard fall over the advertising boards over on the far side for the Espanyol player Pablo Piatti, who's trying to keep the ball in by the corner flag and ended up somersaulting over the advertising board.
Thankfully at the Camp Nou there isn't an irrigation ditch behind the hoardings as there are at some stadiums.
He's okay to continue, and so are Barcelona as they play another long ball forward towards the corner flag on this near side. Reached by Neymar, the back heel links with Sergio Roberto. Touch of class from the Brazilian. Square ball then from Denis Suarez, and across from Lionel Messi to Andres Iniesta. He slows it down and gets the ball back from Jordi Alba on the far side. Iniesta square again towards Denis Suarez on this near side of the pitch, and Sergio Roberto. They get the 2 fullbacks, or wingbacks rather, right up the pitch, Barcelona, in that typical Pep Guardiola style. Really only Mascherano and Piqué back defending. Here's Neymar trying to prod it through towards Suarez, far side of the penalty area. Jordi Alba pulls it back. Messi controls the ball in the D, facing the wrong way. Turns to face the Espanyol goal. Tries to link with Iniesta. Might still come back for Messi. Iniesta trying to stab it towards him. They almost got a fortunate ricochet there, Barcelona, but all made out of their own brilliance. You know, if you play the ball around short and sweet like that, around the edge of the penalty area, defenders turning their heads one way and the other, don't know where the ball is, there's always a chance it's going to ricochet kindly for you, and it very nearly did there.
And look when they've won the ball back again as well. They win the ball back 15 yards inside their own half and instantly back on the attack once again.
Sergio Roberto cutting in off this near touchline. The first 45 minutes are almost up at the Camp Nou. In the Catalan derby, Barcelona lead Espanyol thanks to a Luis Suarez goal inside the opening 20 minutes. Here's Mascherano. And they're looking to double their advantage before the break as we move into added time. Chipped into the penalty area. Here's Luis Suarez, tries to take it around the defender. And David Lopez did just about enough, got his foot on the ball, it deflected back to Suarez, and he didn't know too much about it as his second touch carried the ball out and behind for a goal kick.
You know, for all Barcelona's intricate play this evening, the most effective they've been going forward is that long diagonal pass, and once again we see it, this time with Neymar going in behind. Gerard Piqué hitting a floated diagonal ball, he gets up early, Neymar, and heads the ball down to Suarez, who in typical Suarez fashion, he reads the situation so well. He just drops 5 yards to give himself some space, takes a touch and tries to go round the defender. It ricochets off Diego Reyes and goes behind for a goal kick. But Barcelona, for all their possession, their intricate tiki-taka football, they've caused Espanyol so many problems going direct and long and diagonally.
Well, right at the end of the only added minute here in the first half, Espanyol free kick launched towards the edge of the Barcelona penalty area, and there is the half-time whistle. It's Barcelona who have the edge in the Catalan derby thanks to a moment of pure genius, really. Andres Iniesta's 70-yard ball from the edge of his own penalty area up towards the edge of the Espanyol penalty area, taken with a lovely touch from Luis Suarez outside of the left boot to push the ball in front of him, and then he slotted it past the outrushing goalkeeper Diego Lopez into the bottom corner to give Barcelona the lead. But the half-time score doesn't really tell the full story. There should have been a straight red card for Sergio Busquets, who raked the eyes of Espanyol defender David Lopez. It wasn't spotted by the referee, and for all of Barcelona's pretty intricate play, it is still a slender lead. Half-time at the Camp Nou. It's Barcelona 1, Espanyol 0. This is La Liga Live on TalkSport 2. Yes, Espanyol attacking the goal now across to our right. Barcelona the goal across to our left, leading by a goal to nil thanks to that Luis Suarez strike inside of 20 minutes. It is just a fine margin between the two teams. Espanyol will feel that they have an opportunity here in the second half, and do remember their last 11 La Liga goals have come after half-time. 7 of those have come in the last half an hour of games. They haven't scored in the first half since the 22nd of September. That run has continued here. Will their run of scoring after the break continue? And that's one part of the equation. The other part is they have to keep Barcelona out at the other end still, while being a little more adventurous. They're trying to be adventurous here, but they have the ball taken off them on the edge of the D by Mascherano, and Barcelona have it back over on the far side. For them it's ter Stegen in goal, the back four Roberto, Mascherano, Piqué and Alba, the midfield three Denis Suarez, Busquets and Iniesta, the front three Messi, Suarez and Neymar. For Espanyol, Diego Lopez the goalkeeper, Javi Lopez, David Lopez, Reyes and Aaron the back four, the midfield Gerardo, Fuego, Diop and Piatti, and the front two Caicedo and Gerard Moreno. The ball is still back with Barcelona. They will take their time to build the play as Denis Suarez runs towards the edge of the centre circle, and they move it across to Lionel Messi, who's moved across to the right flank here. Forward ball in towards Luis Suarez, who's been able to take a nice touch towards the corner flag and turn away from a couple of defenders. Looking to attack Reyes, but gives it away as he tried to move it back to Lionel Messi, and Espanyol will clear from their left back position. A similar kind of problem that plagued them towards the end of the first half. When they try and clear it, they give it straight back to Barcelona, and the home team will start to build again from the centre circle with Mascherano, although his long ball is flicked off the top of the head of Denis Suarez and out into touch for an Espanyol throw-in.
It's such a difficult situation though when you're a goal down away to Barcelona. How do you approach the second half? How do you change the dynamic of your team? They know, Espanyol know, if they go chasing Barcelona and pressing them higher up the pitch, one misplaced pass, one mistimed tackle, and all of a sudden the blue and red are streaming through on goal. And the same can be said if you sit back and allow Barcelona to have possession. They're quite happy to retain possession. They'll keep possession for 20 minutes of the second half. You know, so it's finding that balance. But one thing's for sure, Espanyol have got to be a bit more adventurous, because they're not going to score goals keeping possession in their own half.
And they have the ball on the near side, but they've given it away. And Neymar has a chance to burst forward, gliding down the left flank. Square ball to Suarez, who squares it on further to Iniesta. Messi's over to his right, on the ball now, looking to jink back onto his left foot. Shoots from 25 yards, just off the edge of the D. Couldn't quite whip it as much as he wanted towards the far top corner, and it flies wide of the target. But straight away an opportunity 3 minutes into the second half for Barcelona to double their lead.
You just held your breath that when Messi came inside his left foot, he gets it central and his standing leg just slips from underneath him. He's checking his studs, but it opened up just a couple of yards for Lionel Messi there to get his shot away. He couldn't wrap his foot around it. But again, good attacking play. Barcelona winning the ball back and breaking at pace with Neymar down the left-hand side. 2 passes. They're on the edge of the Espanyol 18-yard box, and this time they can't make it count.
And they're on the ball again with Suarez, but he turns straight into the presence of David Lopez, who was the player who had his eyes raked in the first half by Sergio Busquets. Barca have it back on the far side. Messi. It's about that balance that you were talking about, Reece, of risk and reward for Espanyol. Your approach would be to take a more defensive stance and wait to see what opportunities come along.
I just think they need to press them a little bit higher up. At the moment, they're sitting too deep, so they're neither pressing nor dropping off at the moment. They're kind of in that no man's land position. They're either going to sit back and defend as 2 banks of 4, or they've got to start pressing Barcelona higher up. At the moment, they allow
Messi forward, Suarez in again, stopped brilliantly this time by Diego Lopez. It all happens in a flash for Barcelona. Brilliant play involving the front 3, MSN. Messi's ball through, Suarez in on goal and a tight angle, tried to go for the near post of Diego Lopez's goal. He just got his fingertips to it and turned it around the post for a corner, but now he's down hurt as well, and Espanyol might be forced into a change here, and that would be a shame because Diego Lopez was brilliantly equal to this shot from Luis Suarez.
Yeah, he's really hurt himself, the goalkeeper, actually. If you're looking at the interplay though between Messi, Neymar and Suarez, it's great play. It's good goalkeeping as well, you have to say, by Diego Lopez, but he's really twisted his knee. He's sitting there, he's stricken. All the players are gesticulating, he's got to come off. He's punching the ground in frustration and probably in anguish and pain. It looks quite nasty. I mean, he's not writhing around. In my experience, the stiller a player lies, the more trouble he's in, and it doesn't look great for Diego Lopez, you have to say.
Yeah, you knew, and it seemed like he knew straight away, and he punched the Camp Nou turf in frustration. Almost an acceptance that he was going to have to come off just 5 minutes into the second half, having made that wonderful save to deny Luis Suarez and Barcelona their second goals. Roberto Jimenez is the reserve goalkeeper on the bench for Espanyol today. Started the first 2 games this season after a summer move from Olympiacos, but he conceded 8 goals in those 2 games and would be featuring tonight in La Liga for the first time since. There was a nightmare trip to start the season for Espanyol to Sevilla when they lost 6-4. He conceded all of those goals that day, and now he might have to come on to face the likes of Messi, Suarez and Neymar at the Camp Nou.
I think looking at the monitor, I think as he slid out, his right knee's got caught underneath him. It's dug straight into the turf of the Camp Nou, and it may even be a dislocated patella looking at it, the way he's kind of sat up. It looked quite nasty, you have to say. I'm wincing here looking at the replay. I just hope it's not too severe and he's not out for too long a period of time. He's up on his feet, thankfully. He's got a heavy bandage around his knee. He's not moving so well at all.
He's certainly coming off it. Diego Lopez has just hugged a few of his teammates and started making his way across towards the bench, but he is at least walking himself off. And Roberto Jimenez, who as a reserve goalkeeper would have to have been ready at any given moment to come on. It rarely happens, of course, though. As far as Roberto is concerned, coming on in this scenario, how does that play with the mind when you just get called into the action without really expecting it?
From personal experience, it'd be blind panic initially, and then you hope you get a touch of the ball earlier on to try and calm the nerves, because this is a huge occasion, and he knows he's going to be called into action pretty much straight away. The way Barcelona are playing going forward, you know you're going to be a busy man facing that attack, and I think as a goalkeeper especially, coming on cold into this environment, you want to get a nice confident first touch. I mean, it's a Barcelona corner to defend straight away. Do you come and take it? Do you punch it? Do you stay on your line? A lot of things going through the young goalkeeper's mind, but just want to get a good, strong early touch.
Neymar will take Barcelona's third corner of the game. From this near side, in swinging towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's cleared away in front of the new goalkeeper, Roberto Jimenez, and away out of his penalty area. There might be a chance for Espanyol to attack on the counter here, but there's not too many options getting forward in support of Aaron Martin. And in fact, Diego Reyes it was on the ball who's been tugged back. So Espanyol win a free kick, and that's a pretty good one as far as they're concerned, because there wasn't a lot of room to move into for Reyes.
How's that not a yellow card though for Luis Suarez? Given what we've seen so far in the game, the referee has booked 2 Espanyol players for something very, very similar. That's a little bit more cynical from Luis Suarez, not malicious but cynical, a professional foul we'll call it. How's that not a yellow card?
It's a blatant one from Suarez to stop any chance of a counter-attack. A lack of consistency from the official. Espanyol trying to come forward. Piqué will look to clear out of his own penalty area. It's a flat clearance. It'll reach Suarez though. It's a lovely touch from him. Back to Busquets, and Messi looking to burst through the centre circle across towards Neymar on the near side, but the pass was behind him. Not very Lionel Messi-like. And Neymar now with the step-overs dancing in off this near touchline, ran into 2 Espanyol players, has been caught by one of them, and Barcelona will have the free kick just off the near edge of the penalty area.
You can sense the buzz when Neymar gets the ball in a one-on-one situation. He's all trickery, he's all hips and knees, step-overs. There's only one place he was going to go, and that was through the middle of the 2 defenders that have doubled up against him. And he's very clever, he buys the free kick, he feels the contact and goes to ground. But mesmeric skill once again from Neymar. It's like the school playground for it, isn't it? Those 3, Suarez, Neymar and Messi, they just enjoy themselves so much when they play football.
Certainly still full of confidence despite his goal drought. The free kick here is not really in a shooting position, but you wouldn't put it past the Brazilian, would you? It's a tight angle just off this near touchline. Neymar stood over it along with Messi. It would be the in-swinging right foot of Neymar or the out-swinging left of Lionel Messi. It is Neymar, and I'm not sure if he did try and shoot or not there, but he struck it high across to the far side of the goal, and it floated a couple of yards wide at the top corner.
Yeah, not his finest moment there from Neymar. I think the idea was that there'll be a few dummy runners going across the near post and the ball was supposed to go to the back, but instead he's mishit it. He's hit it too heavy and it's gone away harmlessly for a goal kick.
We're just seeing some replays of a bit of pushing and shoving off the ball as that free kick was taken. Gerard Piqué holding his throat, but I'm not sure there was a great deal of contact. We haven't really seen it overheat after that incident involving Sergio Busquets half an hour in. I wondered if there might be a bit of payback from the Espanyol players, but they've kept relatively cool so far.
There's the possibility that they weren't aware of what's happened as well. It was very, very sly in how he did it, Busquets. It wasn't a case of... I don't think anyone's seen it. Genuinely, nobody's seen it. His teammates haven't seen it. The Espanyol teammates haven't seen it. The referee certainly hadn't seen it. And I think had they done, there may well have been a bit of retribution on the pitch this evening.
Here's Mascherano for Barca at the back, moving it forward towards Iniesta. Left of him is Neymar, and Neymar looking to trick his way in off this near touchline again. Skips onto his right foot and shoots. And he was cutting away from goal really, he had to dig it out and try and curl it back towards the target, and it was about 5 yards wide of the far top corner this time.
Yeah, make no mistake about it. Neymar will be acutely aware of the fact he hasn't scored for a fair while. And you can see there, whereas a Neymar that's scoring regularly and freely, he'll be looking for his teammates there, but a little bit of selfishness there, cutting inside, going away from goal. The ball's almost behind him, and he's trying to wrap his foot round it and get it on target, but gets it again horribly wrong, goes high, wide and handsome.
9 without a goal, having scored 6 in his first 8 this season. Barca on the attack again over on the far side. A chance maybe to get the ball into the penalty area. It's pulled back towards the penalty spot by Denis Suarez and deflected away and behind off the heels of the defender for a corner.
Good direct play by Denis Suarez. He's growing in confidence actually as the game's gone ahead. He looked a little bit nervy and tense in the early exchanges, but he's come into his own a little bit. He's starting to get more involved in the play, being available a lot more. It shows he's growing in confidence.
Corner for Barca this time from the far side to be taken by Neymar again. Iniesta offering the short option. It goes into the near post towards Messi. The space that Iniesta had moved out of might have been a little routine off the training ground there to get Messi free at the near post, but it was eventually cut out by Espanyol, who just about read it. Neymar on the far side again, finding Messi. Cuts back onto his left foot, but he's being forced away from the penalty area. That's a stray ball from Lionel Messi. Gerard Moreno also won it, almost won it back for Espanyol. Now they have a chance to come on the counter-attack on this near side. The goalkeeper Ter Stegen all the way out of his goal and has to pass the ball out into touch and then race back to his goal line.
That's fantastic goalkeeping from Ter Stegen there. As once again, as we've seen on a few occasions this evening, a yawning gap in the left-back area of Barcelona, which Espanyol looked to exploit on the counter-attack. And the ball was pretty heavy from back to front, and Piatti's busting a gut, trying to get there ahead of Mascherano it was. And out comes Ter Stegen and clears the danger. Great goalkeeping there, great awareness.
And here he is again on the ball under pressure from Caicedo inside his penalty area. Able to pass it out coolly. Iniesta's being clattered into, and the free kick will go against Espanyol, who feel a little hard done by the decision. We're approaching the hour mark. Still Barcelona 1, Espanyol 0 in the Catalan derby on La Liga Live on TalkSport 2. As long as it remains at 1, Espanyol will feel they have a chance, but they just don't look like creating a chance at the moment, do they?
They've had no period of sustained possession as yet, Espanyol, in this second half, and that's no small way down to the fact that Barcelona have continued much in the way they finished the first half. Comfortable possession, just like I say, that Ter Stegen kicks the ball out of play unopposed and gives Espanyol a throw-in deep within Barcelona territory.
Can the away team take advantage of the misplaced pass from Marc-Andre Ter Stegen? Throw-in taken off the far side, moved inside towards Diop. It's been bundled over here in the midfield by Busquets. The free kick for Espanyol about 5 yards off the edge of the centre circle. And these are the chances they have to try and take. Get the ball into the Barcelona penalty area. It'll be worth watching a few players on the edge of the D jostling for position again. It was a similar situation involving Busquets and David Lopez in the first half that should have led to a red card for the Barcelona player. The free kick's about to come in this time. The referee trying to keep an eye on everything that's going on. It was poor in the end, headed away and then lofted back into the penalty area, but straight through to Ter Stegen.
There's a real opportunity there. There was great movement actually from Espanyol. Again, looks like something off the training ground. The first three runners went early, brought the Barcelona defenders back into play.
Here's that cutting play from Barca again. The goalkeeper came out, thought about grabbing the long ball over the top, which was aimed at Neymar, who seemed to be in behind. Then the goalkeeper thought about retreating, took a few steps back. Neymar then almost reached it, and the substitute keeper Roberto Jimenez just was able to grab it off the toes of the Brazilian.
Roberto, you lucky boy. He was so indecisive there. You can tell he's been caught cold. The ball over the top to Neymar. Neymar's running onto it. The goalkeeper's thinking, can I get there? Can I get there? No, I can't. He takes 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, and the ball just skips off the surface enough, and it falls gratefully into the goalkeeper's hands. But my, that was so close to Neymar getting on the end of that through ball.
Here's Caicedo laying it off on the edge of the centre circle. They'll try and play it through the heart of the Barca defence. There was an opportunity to come forward for Espanyol, but they've given it away. Neymar thinks about the shot, jinks onto his left, almost was able to stab the ball through to Luis Suarez, who was unguarded on the near side of the penalty area. Espanyol able to intercept and clear, but give it straight back to Barcelona and to Gerard Piqué. Forward to Denis Suarez, who's been fouled here by Diop, and Barca have the free kick just off the edge of the centre circle.
And you see Caicedo's now dropping deeper as well, so every time Espanyol win the ball, there's no outlet for them. They cannot get up the pitch at this moment in time, and Barcelona on the front foot as they do time and time again. They're relentlessly winning the ball back early. You can see now every outfield player for Espanyol is back inside, well inside their own half. There's nowhere for them to go when they win the ball back. They don't have any real pacey ball carriers, barring Piatti. And Piatti's been a peripheral figure so far in this game. Has been starved of the ball. And Barcelona look like they're going to go on and win this game quite comfortably if it stays this way.
8 games unbeaten for Barca since the Champions League defeat against Manchester City. 8 games unbeaten in La Liga as well as in all competitions. Although they've drawn 3 in a row before winning 3-0 at Osasuna last week. There's a free kick given in favour of Espanyol here. There's a hand raised again to the throat of the Espanyol player, this time I think from Jordi Alba. We're just seeing again that moment of indecision from the Espanyol substitute goalkeeper Roberto Jimenez, who got very lucky. He would have reached it comfortably had he continued to come to the edge of his penalty area, but he changed his mind and retreated, and Neymar very nearly stole in.
That's the touch you were waiting for as a substitute goalkeeper. Just please, please, please come through to me. Let me catch this cleanly. And he gets away with the goalkeeper. Hopefully his nerves will settle a little bit now.
We've talked a lot about nerves this evening, but more so with regards to Espanyol players. But Barcelona have won just 2 of their last 6 here in La Liga. It's their worst run at home for 8 years, when they finished the season with 2 wins in the last 6 home games and finished third, 18 points behind Real Madrid. They know they have ground to make up on the capital club again this season, starting the day 6 points behind Real. And if it remains this tight, maybe Espanyol will be able to capitalise on a few nerves in the Barcelona ranks late on.
All Espanyol need to do is get one goal, and the whole dynamic of this game will change. It sounds a very simple statement, but the reality is Barcelona are so comfortable at the moment, and as you say, at home the pressure is so intense for these guys. Any adversity becomes so difficult to overcome. But unfortunately for Espanyol at this moment in time, they haven't offered anything going forward in the second half. There's just no opportunity for them to mount any kind of pressure on Barcelona.
They're prodding and probing here, although Pablo Piatti's had his pocket picked by Iniesta, and that's not easy to say. Busquets across to the far side. Denis Suarez through into the centre circle. Messi was sized down by Philippe Caicedo, and he's been given a yellow card now. So what looked like a promising field position for Espanyol all of a sudden turns into a Barcelona counter-attack and a yellow card.
Yeah, I'm not surprised Caicedo's been booked actually. He's had a few borderline challenges this evening, and that was as cynical as it comes. Taking Messi out in full flight, a real striker's challenge, and a warranted yellow card.
And I suppose 65 minutes in now, Barcelona 1, Espanyol 0. You start to think about changes, and in fact it's Barcelona who are going to make the first tactical change of the game. Denis Suarez, the player making way, and on in his place comes Rafinha. And how will Quique Sanchez Flores respond to that? Still got a couple of changes to make, of course, but he's had to switch his goalkeeper due to injury. They do have the likes of Jose Antonio Reyes, formerly of Arsenal, on the bench. And just feel like it needs a change for them.
They're freshening things up a little bit, don't they? They've got a bit stale, stagnating a little bit, especially in midfield. They don't seem to have any creativity at the moment. It's all very back to front. Diop's been chasing around, but hasn't really had any influence on the game, any influence on the tempo of the game.
There's Rafinha turning in the midfield. He's only just come on, moves it across to Messi. He has scored 5 goals in just 9 league appearances this season, Rafinha. Here's Iniesta, stumbles as the ball comes into him. He's been able to keep it on the end of a string, it seems, and just swing it around 3 players. Messi dancing his way through. Oh, it's sensational. Stop by the goalkeeper, but put in. Poetry in motion. Barcelona brilliant again. Lionel Messi and Andres Iniesta at the heart of it. Quite scintillating, quite mesmerising, simply genius. And Luis Suarez is there to provide the finish after the save from Roberto in the Espanyol goal. But Messi's skill before that and Iniesta's skill before that was sublime. Better than anything you will see on any other football pitch anywhere in the world. Barca's Derby Day dominance pays dividends. On course now to half the gap on leaders Real Madrid. It looks like they're kings of Catalonia again. Barca 2, Espanyol 0.
I've got goosebumps watching that. First Iniesta, and then the skill from Lionel Messi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders. He chops, he changes direction, the ball is glued to his toe, and he gets his shot away somehow in a crowded 18-yard box. And the predator, Luis Suarez, Roberto can only parry the ball. Look at that nutmeg from Messi from Javi Fuego. Roberto can only parry the ball, and Suarez, as he does time and time again, is lurking, ready to pounce, and fires the ball home from about 7 yards out. But that skill we've just seen from Messi, that is world class. I'm sorry, Cristiano Ronaldo. Lionel Messi is the best player in the world, in my opinion. And we've just seen why there. That is unbelievable skill.
Here he is again, Messi looking to attack, edge of the D, no respite for Espanyol. He's danced his way through again, it's another one. Lionel Messi has taken charge. It's drilled in by Jordi Alba. 2 in the space of a couple of minutes for Barcelona, but mesmerising skill from Messi again on the edge of the box. He just turned on the afterburners and slalomed through 3 or 4 defenders. Espanyol cut apart at the Camp Nou. Local bragging rights secured for Barca in emphatic fashion.
Game over. Nothing more to say. Lionel Messi, set up by Neymar once again. Neymar ghosting inside. It comes to Messi. His acceleration, his balance is so good. And you have to say Roberto's let his wrists there. He should have saved that, I think. It's fallen to Jordi Alba, who keeps his head on, drills it low, but Roberto has not covered himself in glory. But nonetheless, 3-0, 2 goals in a matter of 2 minutes. Barcelona out of sight, and Espanyol down tools. I cannot see any way back for them now. And in this form, I wouldn't bank against Barcelona going to get 2 or 3 more.
It's Jordi Alba's first league goal in over 2 years, but he owes a great debt of gratitude to Lionel Messi. Forget about being world class, that was all-time class. The last couple of minutes from Lionel Messi, and Barcelona are way out in front. 3 goals and surely 3 points now in the Catalan derby. Espanyol don't quite know what's hit them.
It's just a whirlwind of brilliance, absolute brilliance. You know, as a team coming to the Camp Nou, you hope and pray you can stay in the game long enough to mount some sort of attacking threat at some point in the game. Barcelona have been relentless since the first minute to the 70th minute so far. They haven't given Espanyol a sniff. Okay, Busquets should have gone for a malicious foul in the first half, but other than that, it's been Barcelona from start to finish, and they've got 3 goals now. 3 great goals, and they're looking so impressive.
Gerard Moreno gives the ball away on the edge of the centre circle inside the Barca half. Rafinha was tripped, and we're into the final 20 minutes. Barcelona 3, Espanyol 0 in the Catalan derby on La Liga Live here on TalkSport 2. And we're just seeing replays of the goals again. The first one in the second half, the skill from Iniesta was brilliant to beat 3, but then Messi went and beat about 5 of them. His shot saved, and the rebound fell to Luis Suarez, who tucked it home. But it's a piece of skill from Lionel Messi that just makes the hairs stand up on your arms. It's that genius from Messi. It's the kind of skill that we might never see again on a football pitch. He is just that good. And from my point of view, I'm only disappointed that he didn't score, because otherwise I might have commentated on one of the best individual goals of all time.
You just see him, he gets better and better the more you see him play. You know, I've seen goals from Lionel Messi, I've watched his highlight reel time and time again, but there are certain things that you watch him do and you just think to yourself, how on earth is that possible? How can a human being manipulate a football at such pace, with such precision, and on such a regular basis? You know, I've scored goals in training, I've thought to myself, wow, that was lucky. He turns people inside out, week in, week out, and he's scored some unbelievable goals. But that piece of skill we've seen this evening, it's absolutely magical.
And not only that, but he went and did it again just a few seconds later. 2 moments for the Lionel Messi highlight reel. We've got a little stoppage in play at the moment, with 18 minutes of the 90 to play, because Espanyol have a player receiving treatment, and Barcelona I think are going to make another change imminently as well. Just time to tell you what we've got coming up here on TalkSport 2. Live Copa del Rey action this week. On Tuesday, Atletico Madrid take on Guiello, kick-off at 8 p.m. And then on Wednesday evening, Barcelona take on Hercules. That one kicks off at 9 p.m. And for all of the latest sports news, don't forget to listen to Sports Day every morning from 7 o'clock here on TalkSport 2. And from 2 o'clock every weekday afternoon, join Ray Stubbs and guests as they discuss the biggest stories of the day. The game is back underway, and here's Neymar attacking the near side of the penalty area. Tremendous skill from him as he danced past 3 and looked to prod it out to Luis Suarez on the edge of the penalty area. Here's Jordi Alba, hangs it in towards the penalty spot, and Espanyol should clear their lines, but Neymar just looked at the pieces of skill that Andres Iniesta and Lionel Messi produced and said, I'm going to have a go at this as well. It's turning into a party for Barcelona in the derby. Lionel Messi again. This time tries to play it on towards Iniesta in the D. It's cleared away towards this near side. Sliding challenge from Jordi Alba, and it ricochets as far as Neymar on the near side. And both Lionel Messi and Jordi Alba rather, and Pablo Piatti are down and holding their knees. There was a coming together as they both slid to the turf, and the referee will stop the play so that they can receive treatment.
Yeah, nothing malicious in that, just a genuine old-fashioned 50-50, but Neymar will be absolutely desperate to get on the score sheet, and you see here the trademark step over. I'd hate to play against Neymar. Look at the speed of his feet, look at that.
Can you imagine Reece playing against this front three?
No, in a word, absolutely not. I would quite happily have a phantom hamstring injury in the build-up to this game, because I know for a fact that whatever team you're playing against, whatever defence they're faced with, Messi, Suarez, Neymar, they've got every trick in the book. They can go long, they can go short, they're pacey, they're strong. It's just, you'll never see a front three like this on the same pitch in the same team.
We're just seeing again the replay of that second Luis Suarez goal, and the piece of skill from Lionel Messi, and they just paused the replay and switched the camera angle. We're seeing on the monitor in front of us, and I've counted 7 Espanyol players around Lionel Messi. He turned the football pitch into a dance floor and got past all of them, and Luis Suarez did the rest off the rebound.
I wonder if it caught the Espanyol player in the background clapping his hands in sheer wonderment. It was incredible, absolutely incredible.
Samuel Umtiti is on for Barcelona. Their second change, and we've got just a quarter of an hour to play. Sergio Busquets is the player who's made way. Should have probably gone about 35 minutes ago now, 45 minutes ago in terms of game action. He was lucky to still be on the field, and Barcelona perhaps lucky to be in the position they were in, but on the balance of play now, 11 versus 11, they have thoroughly deserved to be way out in front. Here comes Iniesta over on the far side. Moves it across towards this near side where there's more space for Neymar. Neymar looking to attack, jinks it back onto his left foot towards Jordi Alba, just off this near touchline. Damage limitation now for Espanyol. Back it goes to Umtiti, who's just come on. And back to Piqué. And Barca will take their time building from the back. And this is going to be a very long 15 minutes for Espanyol.
Absolutely. I'm just sitting here thinking, most teams at 3-0 will be quite content to keep possession, run the clock down, but Barcelona, they're just going hell for leather. Front foot, full throttle. Look at Suarez again, chasing down, trying to win the ball back inside the Espanyol 18-yard box. Jordi Alba bombing forward, getting back. Runners from deep. Iniesta still desperately wanting to get on the ball. Rafinha coming on, wanting to make an impression. These guys just love playing football. They love winning, and they want to wipe the floor with teams. They're not content of winning by 1 or 2 goals. They want to go out and really wipe the floor with teams, and it's a real pleasure to watch.
Sprayed out by Ter Stegen across to the far side, trying to burst forward from right back is Sergio Roberto. And he gets challenged on the far touchline, and Barcelona win the throw-in. We are going to see the introduction of Jose Antonio Reyes, former Arsenal player, for Espanyol, but it's going to be too little too late, no doubt about that. Barca 3-0 ahead, and with 77 minutes on the clock. Remember, they won this fixture 5-0 last season, towards the end of the campaign, en route to winning the title. It's a tough one to take again for Espanyol fans. There's been very little joy for them in this fixture for a long time now, and their 10-game unbeaten run in all competitions has been torn to shreds by the genius that is Lionel Messi. Here's Jordi Alba. Back to Umtiti. Barcelona happy just to pass the ball around. If they don't see the right option further forward, they go back, give everybody a touch of the ball. and it goes all the way back to Marc-Andre ter Stegen, the goalkeeper.
It's important though from an Espanyol perspective. You're Quique Sanchez-Flores, you come to the Camp Nou, irrespective of the bravado you show in the media, you're not going to be judged on whether you win or lose against Barcelona. So it's vitally important that this game doesn't unravel all the good work he's done so far and all the good work Espanyol have done so far. You can come away from this game and say, okay, we came up against a fantastic Barcelona attack, we got caught, dust yourselves off and go again, because they are a decent side. Espanyol have just been torn apart by a very, very strong Barcelona side.
Barcelona playing their way out from the back with the goalkeeper as the first playmaker. They drew Espanyol onto them there like moths to a flame, and then looked to break into the space, but Espanyol getting players back behind the ball, and it's switched across to the far side by Barcelona towards Sergi Roberto. He's been able to skip past one. A couple of players arriving in the penalty area. Step over was brilliant by Luis Suarez, but Messi was quickly closed down as it reached him on the edge of the box, and now Espanyol will look to counter. On this near side they pick up the ball with Pablo Piatti switching the play across to the far side. That's a nice touch. The centre-back is in on goal, and they've got one back. It's David Lopez, would you believe? All the way up from the back on the counter. Brilliant one-touch football from Espanyol. The ball across to the far side of the box, laid off to David Lopez. Nobody was tracking him, and what a finish from David Lopez. And it's the Barcelona-born Espanyol Academy product who scores his first goal for the club in over 2.5 years, and Espanyol can dream of a comeback.
What a goal that is. It's an incredible goal. What a first counter-attack of any real note by Espanyol. Pablo Piatti, their outlet, running down the right-hand channel. Umtiti doesn't get tight enough. Piatti cuts inside his left foot and drifts a great ball over the top to Gerard Moreno, who peels away from Piqué. Piqué's nowhere near tight enough. And Moreno drops a great ball down to the edge of the box, and who's on the end of it? David Lopez, who continued his run after breaking up the attack on the edge of his own penalty box, and a sublime finish with his left foot into the top right-hand corner of ter Stegen's goal. A fantastic finish, you have to say. But is it too little too late for Espanyol?
Well, surely it has to be. 10 minutes to go. Barcelona 3, Espanyol 1. But despite not perhaps being able to cheer the win or cheer any points at the Camp Nou, the Espanyol supporters will have a moment to remember from this derby. It was a scintillating counter-attack, and David Lopez took a huge risk from centre-back coming up, but I suppose it's the kind of risk you can take when you're 3-0 down, and the finish he produced at the end of it was quite sensational. Now Barca are on the attack at the other end. Stood up into the penalty area and flicked away, chested off towards this near side to Messi. Espanyol able to play their way out from the back though, and run it across towards the dugouts on the near side, and they will win a throw-in. We've had another change from them in the aftermath of that goal. And it's Melendo who's come on with 10 minutes to play. We're just seeing the goal again on the replay in front of us. It was a lovely cushioned first-time ball on the volley across the edge of the 18-yard box from Gerard Moreno, and then a first-time finish from David Lopez on the half volley to loop the ball past the Barcelona goalkeeper ter Stegen and in towards the top corner. The challenge from Mascherano penalised on halfway. Espanyol free kick. Who knows if they can get another one? Far easier said than done, of course. They could make it a nervy finish. They trail by 3-1. Iniesta. That's a lovely ball from Iniesta to Messi. On towards Neymar. Is he onside here? No.
That was close.
Very close.
Very, very close. But great play once again. Andres Iniesta, I mean, he sees passes that no mortal human can see. I mean, he's switched the play. He's fizzed the ball into Lionel Messi's feet, the inside channel, and Neymar's gone probably a split second too early. It's a correct decision from the linesman, you have to say, just a split second early. But Andres Iniesta, he's back to form, back to fitness, and he's been the heartbeat of this Barcelona side all evening.
Flicked on by Iniesta here up towards halfway. Won back by Espanyol, who seem to have a bit more fight about them at the moment. But we've got just 8 minutes of the 90 to play, and they still need a couple of goals. They have won themselves a free kick about 15 yards inside the Barcelona half. That's another chance to fight the ball into the penalty area. A bit of organising to do for Marc-Andre ter Stegen, the Barcelona goalkeeper. And it's going to be Jose Antonio Reyes who curls it left-footed towards the penalty area. They've stood a long way out from the edge of the box, the line of players here. They'll make their runs in behind now as it comes in from Reyes. It's flicked on towards the penalty spot, away from Umtiti. And here's Reyes again, trying to get it back in. And Titi heads away again. It'll drop for Diop, who tries to help it across towards this near side, where it's picked up by Reyes once more. A third ball in from him in the space of about a minute. Cleared away and recovered here by Melendo, the 19-year-old, who's come on late in the derby. And Espanyol forced back to the goalkeeper, Roberto Jimenez.
Yeah, it's kitchen sink time now for Espanyol. They've got to try and throw bodies forward, throw caution to the wind, try and get another goal back, try and make it more uncomfortable for Barcelona in the last 7 or so minutes plus stoppage time. But there's always a threat, isn't there, from Barcelona going forward? Always a threat.
Here's Neymar, jinks away from one, moves it on to Messi, looks to go through the gears again. Messi stabs it outside of the left boot towards Neymar, who was very close to getting in behind in the penalty area again.
He's getting closer, isn't he, Neymar? 9 games without a goal. He's getting closer. He's desperately trying to get on the act, trying to get on the score sheet. He's had a really effective evening. He's been a threat all night on the left-hand side, causing Espanyol so many problems with his trickery and his imagination, but hasn't quite had that opportunity to get his name on the score sheet.
Barca have the ball at the back with Gerard Piqué. They'll be disappointed not to keep a clean sheet in this one, but delighted that it looks as though they're going to take all 3 points and halve the gap on Real Madrid at the top. Real, of course, not in action this week because of their participation in the Club World Cup, which they've won today in Japan. And it looks like a Barcelona team that really means business again. They've had some poor results on this ground this season. Drawn 3, won 3, lost 1. And they'd only scored 2 goals in their previous 3 games here in the league, would you believe? But they're back to their blistering best again today in the derby, ignited by the brilliance of Lionel Messi, the clinical finishing of Luis Suarez and the trickery of Neymar. It seems they're ready just to turn it on for the second half of the season now and make their big push.
Yeah, they have to, because Real Madrid are looking very indomitable at the moment, and the biggest difference that I've seen so far is the organisation. Suarez is getting away down the right again.
He's rolled the defender again, tries to pull it back towards Neymar, but he can't squeeze the pass through. Neymar was bearing down on the edge of the 6-yard box had it reached him. Here goes Rafinha, jinking away from 2 across to the far side to Luis Suarez in a right wing position, looking to get the ball in again, fakes the cross with his right, cuts back to his left, moves it back. Here's Messi in a deep position 30 yards from goal, away from Diop. That's a nice pass from Messi on towards Neymar. Messi gets it back again. He sat the defender down in the penalty area and drags it wide with his left foot. Well, Lionel Messi is just turning it on in this second half. We're witnessing one of the performances of the season from him. He just means business. It's as if he's said to himself in this second half, well, we're only 1-0 up, enough is enough. I'm going to take charge now and put this game to bed.
Like a scene from Platoon, bodies falling everywhere. Every time Messi goes to shoot, he fakes, he cuts back inside, 2 defenders go to ground, he shifts it back onto his left foot, 6 yards out on the angle, but can't quite get his shot on target. What a performance from Lionel Messi tonight.
I think he'll be credited with a couple of assists because of those shots saved by the goalkeeper that fell to his teammates and ended up in the back of the net, but he's not got his goal yet, and he'll want that, as well as Neymar wanting to end his 9-game goal drought. There's 3 minutes of the 90 plus added time to play, but Barcelona have given Espanyol a free kick down by the corner flag here, and it's a golden opportunity to get the ball into the penalty area again.
It is. Can Jose Antonio Reyes get some quality now? Can he miss the first man? Can he get runners going across Marc ter Stegen's goal? So Reyes with the opportunity once more. The free kick
About 10 yards away from the corner flag on the near side, halfway through the 88th minute. Can Espanyol set up a nervy finish at the Camp Nou in the Catalan derby? Jose Antonio Reyes steps up, curls it in towards goal, but he got too much on it. It looped towards the far top corner, but was always flying over the top.
Wasteful. He's had a couple of opportunities, Reyes, since he's come on to get decent quality into the box, and he hasn't done that. And you have to say that's probably the last opportunity of any real note that Espanyol are going to have. Barcelona are going to keep possession and run this clock down. And we're seeing a replay once again of the Espanyol goal. It's a fantastic finish by the centre-back with his weak and left foot as well. And he keeps his composure all too easy. And I think that's what I was going to say a couple of minutes ago. The biggest difference between Real Madrid and Barcelona at the moment is that defensive organisation. Barcelona always look like they've got a rick in them defensively, don't they? You see there how easy it was for Espanyol to go from back to front and get themselves on the score sheet. Real Madrid have really worked on the defensive unit in their organisation, and that's the biggest difference I've seen so far.
You said it in the commentary at the time, Reece. They haven't produced those kind of counter-attacks when they've only been a goal or two down. It happened when they were 3 down, and you just think maybe if they are only a goal down, David Lopez, the centre-back, doesn't make that run.
No, exactly. There's caution to the wind, risk and reward, and so on and so forth. But 3 goals down, you need to make something happen.
That's a ball over the top, trying to release Lionel Messi over on the far side for Barcelona. He squares it to Suarez, who's on a hat-trick, of course. Ding back over the top. Messi, outside of the left boot, stabs it between the legs of the goalkeeper. Absolutely out of this world from Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi, who finally does get his goal. Blistering Barcelona at it again. The defending champions score 4 as forlorn Espanyol's 10-game unbeaten run gets obliterated in the Catalan derby, and it has become a demolition derby at the Camp Nou. It has become Lionel Messi's derby at the Camp Nou. Barca leading by 4 goals to 1. Lionel Messi with a hand in 3 of them.
You're just running out of superlatives. I mean, this goal is such quality. Lionel Messi breaking down the right-hand channel. A give and go with Luis Suarez. It's a great ball from Suarez. And the cheek, the audacity of Lionel Messi on the volley with an on-rushing goalkeeper to keep his cool, use the outside of his foot and nutmeg the keeper. Roberto doesn't even move. He stands there, tries to close his legs, and the ball rolls into the back of the net to make it 4-1 to Barcelona. There's someone out there has the opportunity to look at this game and analyse Lionel Messi. Tell me he's not the best player in the world right now. Phenomenal skill.
Lionel Messi scores for the 23rd time in 20 games this season, and that is as impudent as it gets between him and Luis Suarez. They're really enjoying it out there in the derby, and they have secured bragging rights in the city of Barcelona in style. They lead by 4 goals to 1, and Espanyol have to survive 5 minutes of added time now. We're into the first of those, and it puts to bed very quickly any chance of any kind of a magical comeback from Espanyol. The ball out to play for a Barcelona throw over on the far side. It's as if Lionel Messi has seen Cristiano Ronaldo lift the Ballon d'Or this week and said, right, I'm having none of that. It's time for me to start my campaign to go and snatch it back again.
Well, they've probably got an unwritten agreement, haven't they? It's just doing on a rotational system. Cristiano can have it this year, but on this kind of form, Lionel Messi's untouchable. It's always going to spark debate wherever you go. Who's the best player in the world? You look at stats. All right, Ronaldo statistically is probably slightly ahead of Messi, but when you watch Messi play, the way he plays the game.
Here he is again, Messi, bearing down on goal, out to Neymar. This is his chance, saved by the goalkeeper. It's like pinball in the penalty area as Espanyol try and smuggle it clear. It's fallen to the feet of Neymar, who tries to flick it as he wrapped both of his feet around the ball and looked to flick it over the top of his head. And it doesn't work out for him, and Espanyol able to work it away, but Barcelona are sending out a message to the rest of La Liga right now. They're sending a message to their local rivals Espanyol just to put them in their place. And we're just seeing a replay of the Lionel Messi goal again. Suarez helping it over the top of the back line. Messi in behind, saw where the goalkeeper saw that his legs were going to be open and just stabbed it between them. It is remarkable stuff from Barcelona and from Lionel Messi.
Yes, it's frightening, absolutely frightening. The speed that with these guys operate with so much composure and so much skill is amazing. And I'd love to see Neymar get on the score sheet tonight. He has worked tirelessly. He's been involved in a lot of good work. Just hasn't quite had the opportunity to get his name on that score sheet. But there's still a couple of minutes left to play, and the game's getting a bit stretched now. Espanyol at 6th and 7th, as you can well expect, being 4 goals down.
Into the 4th minute of added time. A stray ball across the field, picked off by Reyes, but stolen back by Suarez, who looks over the top. Messi's in behind again, turned into trouble though. And just looking around the Camp Nou, you can see fans bowing to Lionel Messi. It has been that kind of a performance. Barcelona have a corner this time. They've taken it quickly and short as Neymar finds Messi. They're just not going to let Espanyol have a moment's rest. Messi coming back at them again, gets the cross in from the far side. It fizzed across the face of goal and goes out into touch for a throw-in on the far side.
Yeah, I think we're taking into the last minute stoppage time. If we were to try and name a man of the match, I don't think it would be too difficult a decision, would it? But again, just to reiterate, Quique Sanchez-Flores, he's shrugging his shoulder. We're seeing a picture of him on our monitor. You can write this one off, Quique. You'll be back with a vengeance, I'm sure, but any team playing against his Barcelona side tonight would have struggled, and there's no shame in losing to Barcelona playing like this.
Here's Andres Iniesta moving the ball on. Suarez still looking for a hat-trick, trying to take it away from a couple of defenders inside the penalty area. Espanyol just trying to scramble it clear and forced to concede the throw-in on the far sides. They'll be delighted when this one comes to an end. There's about 40 seconds of added time to play.
Yeah, clock's ticking down towards the inevitable conclusion. Espanyol were competitive, weren't they, for the first 20-25 minutes? They went a goal down, the whole game plan went out the window, and then Barcelona just went up a gear, and they blew them away in 2 second-half minutes with the brilliance of Messi. And as the game got stretched, good consolation goal for Espanyol, but it was nothing more. And then the 4th goal. It's been a great performance this evening from Barcelona.
Espanyol have the ball right to the end of the 5 added minutes. Gerard Moreno clings onto it, and they move it across towards this near side. We've played the whole indicated added 5 minutes. Now they're into the penalty area again with Reyes, and there is the full-time whistle. Lionel Messi's message is clear. I am the best player in the world, Cristiano. And Barcelona's message is clear. They are back in business in the La Liga title fight. A brilliant display in the Catalan derby, beating Espanyol by 4 goals to 1. 2 of them from Suarez, 1 from Jordi Alba, and then 1 late on from Messi. But Messi was the star of the show, no doubt about that. 2 mesmerising pieces of skill that led to the first 2 goals in the second half, as he had shots saved by the Espanyol substitute goalkeeper Roberto Jimenez. The first falling to Suarez, the second falling to Alba to tuck into the back of the net. The piece of skill for the first Suarez goal in the second half. The second Suarez goal in the game is as good a piece of skill as you'll see on a football pitch anywhere in the world. And then Lionel Messi, in the dying minutes, finally got his goal. Tremendous link-up play on the edge of the penalty area with Luis Suarez before he stabbed the ball from close range with the outside of his boot through the legs of the goalkeeper, just to wrap it up with a big Barcelona bow. We had a few early Christmas presents in this one, provided by the little maestro. The human highlight reel at it again as Barcelona beat Espanyol by 4 goals to 1 at the Camp Nou. This is La Liga Live on TalkSport 2.